Hey everybody, and welcome to the FB and Goop Show. And this is Pack Talk with FB, episode 3. And well, it's week 3, and I can't be more excited about week 3. What a good week. A good week all the way around, not just in practice. Day 8 was wonderful for Jordan Love in the red zone. We'll go over that. Joint practice with the Bengals. Elton Jenkins ain't taking no shit. We're probably going to go over that too. And preseason game with the Bengals, and a lot of good things to take from the preseason game with the Bengals. First of all, let's not even go there. Let's do day 8. Rashawn Gary's back, off PUP and ready to go, and looked good, looked fast, looked healthy after 9 months and 1 week recovery time from ACL surgery. So you can't be happier for that. Devontae Wicks is back at wide receiver, and he needs to get back. No, not Wicks. DeBose was back, and he needs to get back. We're running out of time for him to make. And we have so many good receivers. If he doesn't come back and have a good showing, he's going to be cut from the team. So we have way too many talented receivers. They're all young, and they're all talented. There's a lot of talent there. They're not all talented, but there's a lot of talent there. So let's go. Let's go into third week of the preseason. Listen, all the receivers looked good, but who really looked good was Jordan Love. 3 touchdowns in the red zone. I believe we won the red zone on day 8 offensively, so that's what we needed. We needed to win it on the last day of camp. Pretty much the last day of training camp. The offense needed to beat this defense, right? They're top 5 defense. We'll definitely go over the depth on that defensive line. I think it's going to be top 5. So listen, let's do it. Love good vision. Love finding open receivers. Love reading the defense and seeing where to throw the ball and getting rid of it. Getting rid of the ball and making the right decision. That is what we needed to see. We didn't need to see anything else out of him. We know the arm talent is there. The strength is there. He can run with the ball, which we haven't had for 5 or 6 years. Those little things are there. Can he read a defense and make the right decision? And in this week, we saw that over and over again against his own team, against the Bengals. So, day 8, red zone, 2 really nice touchdowns. Musgrave, the pass over Quay Walker, he was open. He came up into the pocket, which brought Quay up a little bit, which gave Musgrave the opportunity to be open. Touchdown. Dobbs, he saw the blitz with Egubari, and he knew that Dobbs would be open on the slant. Read the defense, made the right move, made the right call, threw the right pass. Okay. 3rd touchdown in the red zone was luck. Valentine missed the interception, and Jaden Reed, with phenomenal concentration, made the catch. 3rd touchdown. I'm hoping the defense that day did the push-ups. I really am. 3 touchdowns that day for Jordan Love in the red zone. That's got to be his best day against our defense in the red zone. So listen, if he can learn to read the defenses, all the rest of the talent is there. Obviously, we've seen good deep balls. We've seen him throw the little outs. He's throwing the outs really well. Watson's caught a couple nice outs. He threw the one to Romeo Dobbs. It was a little 3-step drop back, right to the out. Dobbs was open. Against Rasul Douglas, who covered fast, who got back into the play fast, but he still made the right call. And that's what we need from Jordan Love. That's the key. So, day 8, good. Day 8 was a good day. Rashawn Gary came back, and Jordan Love looked good. Day 8 of training camp was good. Joint practice this week with the Bengals. I truly believe was a good day. And I believe the fights. And I've been a Packer fan for 43 years. And I'm going to tell you, for us to go into somebody else's place and for one of our players to tell you we are not taking any shit from any of you is something that I haven't seen from Packers Packer players or coaching staff in a long time. Intensity is something that I felt the Packers have always lacked, on defense especially. I've never seen intensity that Bears or Ravens or the Niners for the last 5 years, the intensity of just trying to knock your head off. So shout out Elgton Jenkins for being escorted off the field. And not by his own, and not that he played through a block and put a linebacker on his ass. And that linebacker came back to punch him in the face. Who won that? Elgton Jenkins won that because he played through the play. He did what he was supposed to do. That linebacker ate some turf, and he got pissed and went and punched him. Fight starts out. I'm okay with that. They had to come back to start another fight with Elgton Jenkins because they realized that one wasn't taking no shit. Shout out Elgton Jenkins. DeGuara back on the practice field for that day. That was good to see him running. Very important. You know, they got him at starting fullback. We got 2 outstanding tight ends in Musgrave and Kraft. I really, truly believe that. I believe Musgrave is going to be that blocking tight end that we truly need. That will be open 5 yards later. That's huge. Musgrave opening up the field for the wide receivers and taking advantage of linebackers that aren't as fast as him and aren't as tall as him. So, you know, we need that. 7-on-7s versus Cincinnati. I saw a lot of good from Jordan from what I could see, from what I could find. Made good decisions. Once again, he made good decisions against the Packers, and he made good decisions against the Cincinnati Bengals. He threw to a lot of open receivers. That's the key. You've got to throw to the open guy. And that means reading the defense and finding out who's open and throwing the right play. So, good for Jordan Love on 7-on-7. Good week for Jordan Love all the way around. Preseason game. And that was a preseason game. I thought it was a good game. First of all, it showed the depth of the Green Bay Packers. We beat Cincinnati in the first quarter. No Joe Burrows, of course, but yeah, you know, no defense either. So, I mean, he didn't face Jair Alexander. He didn't face Russell Douglas. I mean, we would have handled Joe Burrows. I don't worry about that. But depth-wise for the Packers, you saw a lot of depth on the defensive line. More depth than we've ever had, I think. In linebackers, I feel our depth in linebackers is you know, with Wilson behind Campbell and Agubari, McDuffie behind Quay Walker. There's depth there within those linebackers. Our edge rushers there is a lot of depth there, and you could see it because we beat the Bengals for 4 straight quarters. So that meant that once the second and the third and the fourth stringers hit the field, the Packers' depth in that area was better all the way around. And that's what I'm excited for. I'm excited for the youth. I'm not so excited for Jordan Love's first year as I'm just excited for all the young players on the Green Bay Packers that are going to build a dynasty. A dynasty. That's what we want, is a dynasty. You're not going to get a dynasty in Jordan Love's first year, but you're going to get a dynasty with 13 picks one year and 13 picks another year and 13 picks the year after that, and you build a lot of youth. So from what I saw, youth-wise and depth-wise, we were way better than the Cincinnati Bengals. Jordan Love, 7 for 10. No turnovers and a touchdown. I'll take that. I will take that. That's better than a lot of 2 series I've seen from a lot of other quarterbacks in the preseason so far. And all we're hearing is that, well, we don't have Aaron Rodgers anymore, so shit, we're screwed. So, whatever. So, here we go. 2 for 4 on the first thing. Just missed on Watson. You know, a little more zip, less floaty. And that was a touchdown. That's what allowed that safety to catch up and get to that ball. Just missed Musgrave. That was 15 yards yak, because he would have just went straight up the field after that, because that guy would have only been able to touch the side of his arm. But no, not a bad first drive because there was no turnovers. And then the second drive, he went 5 for 6, and with a beautiful lob pass to Dobbs. And the reason that pass happened is because he is so confident in Romeo Dobbs that when he threw that ball up, he went, well, Romeo's got it. because that's confidence. And if you can have confidence, that much confidence in one receiver, then it's only unimaginable what the other two great receivers on the team are going to be like when he finds confidence in them, when he finds confidence in Watson. And I can already tell you finding confidence in Jayden Reed is going to be easy because he's just going to be open, because that's what he does. He's just open. So good job, Jordan Love. Great beginning to the Jordan Love era, as Tom Grossi politely said after the touchdown to Romeo Doubs. So, and I agree. It's just the beginning for Jordan Love. Shout out Sean Clifford, man. What a great performance for a rookie 5th-round quarterback coming out of We Are Penn State. 20 for 26, 2 interceptions. Hey, listen, 2 interceptions in the first time you've ever played in a pro game. I'll take it. You're not supposed to be the starter, pal. I mean, there was starters throwing interceptions, and they're probably still going to start. And you threw a couple. But what you did do is throw 20 really, really good passes, man. I was really impressed with some of the passes you threw. They were very confident. You were decisive. You threw the ball right away. You strong arm. 20 for 26, 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown. I will take that in my second-string quarterback any day, starting his first ever time in preseason or ever playing ever in the pros. So good outing for Sean Clifford. Good outing for the receivers. Jayden Reed, man. Open, jumping in the air, catching balls. Fantastic. My guy I truly liked last year, Samori Toure, is man, he is the offensive Micah Hyde. He shows up on offense, makes big catches, runs good routes, and then he returns punts for 50 yards. I mean, that's Micah Hyde stuff, man. That's playing on 2 parts of this team that are so important, offense and special teams. So I know Micah Hyde did it on defense and special teams, but, you know, I compared Keyshawn Nixon last week to Charles Woodson because I believe he's just there. You know, when you're always around, you're just there. You're involved in every single play. I think that's huge. And I am comparing Samori Toure to Micah Hyde, and I don't think that's a bad comparison for the young man. I think top 4 receivers. I think receivers, the first 4 receivers we have set. What I also saw in the preseason game was the other 5, 6, and 7 receivers trying to make the team between Heath, Melton, and Wicks. They're making an attempt to make this team. DeBow is being injured. Good luck, pal. I really do wish you the best. But I think there's too much talent on this team at receiver. I think we could take 6 excitedly and put 2 on the practice squad and be a very happy team and receiver. Lost Tyler Davis this week. That is for ACL. That's him gone for the season, I would assume. Which for me makes me believe that we need to keep. We have the 3 tight ends: Musgrave, Kraft, and DeGuara. And then now we need to keep the fullback and take DeGuara and take him out of that fullback role and have a true natural fullback in this Emerson kid. I believe it's Emerson. And just have a fullback. He made a couple nice grabs in the preseason game. He played in the preseason game well. I believe the fullback position on a football team is an important position between John Kuhn and all the other damn fullbacks that we have loved throughout the years. I think you need a fullback. So defense, we didn't even see our defense, and we still kicked the shit out of Cincinnati. We didn't see any of those top cornerbacks. We saw a little bit of our linebackers. But what we saw, and I say it again, is depth. We saw depth with Wyatt, Slayton, Kenny Clark, Gary, Smith, and we didn't even see Gary. That kid's the superstar on the team. All the way around, we just looked good. Hollis, Eguilbare, they all rushed the quarterback. They all went after the quarterback. They were fast. Van Ness looked good. Slow in some areas. Still learning. Try to do a stunt, and his stunt was a little slow, but he still almost got to the quarterback. And that's, man, I can't be more excited about our front 7 and our front 7's depth. That's what I'm excited about. I'm excited about being able to constantly rotate in top defensive players on the defensive line. The linebackers, if Quay Walker and Devondre Campbell stay healthy all year, they'll be 2 of the best linebackers in football as a duo. I don't, you're going to have single linebackers that are just better. That's fine. But as a duo, these two linebackers will be the best in the best in the NFL. And the depth behind it, I'm excited. So the defensive backs, a lot of youth. We have our top three. Stokes is out right now, but we have our top three, and we have some bright stars. That Carrington Valentine out of Kentucky has shown up. And I honestly, the whole time I was watching the preseason game, I was just waiting for this kid to intercept the ball. And he didn't let me down. When he got it, I knew it. I was like, man, he got it. I knew he was going to get one. And he got it. And so, the ceiling for this kid is huge. And once again, this is another Gutekunst COVID pick. This is just grabbing up all this young talent in these 5, 6, 7 rounds that could have been second, third, fourth rounders, but they just kind of slipped through all these cracks through all this COVID shit. So good for Brian Gutekunst. Good for all the depth and young talent. I watched that Raiders-Niner game today. I didn't see any intensity out of the Niners, and I saw no depth second, third, and fourth. You know what I mean? So, that, and that's what happens when you sell the bank on one player. You lose depth, you lose talent. So I wish them the best, because in 2 years, it'll be the Seahawks division. So good for the Packers. 2 missed extra points. Shit, that's not good, man. That's not good. He was the star of family night, and he was the oh shit of the preseason game. So that's a big deal. 2-point conversions, yeah, they're only on the 2-yard line now, and that's what we might have to do if we have no confidence. Or maybe it's time to give this kid some competition, because there's no competition in camp. Maybe it's time to bring in Mason Crosby, who shoots like 97% on extra points, because that's just a free point. It's not like we're having to kick a 45-yard field goal for 3. It's just an extra point. So you can't miss those, kid. You got to make those. So all in all, what a good third week for the Green Bay Packers. A good preseason game, a strong preseason game, a game that showed you what the Packers can offer you, which is a lot of talent, young talent. I'm very excited for the future of the Green Bay Packers. If you like Pack Talk with FB, go ahead and subscribe, push the notification buttons. I do a lot of other sports. My partner in crime does his Niner thing, and tons of other sports too. So if you enjoy it, subscribe. If not, I'm FB. I enjoy doing Packer Talk. I hope you enjoy listening. Have a wonderful Sunday. Thank you.